Good morning, students. Today I am here to discuss the poem Fire and Ice by Robert Frost. So far, Robert Frost is concerned, I have already discussed in my previous video that he is an eminent figure of 20th century America, and he was born in the year 1874. Most of his work are concerned with the rural lives of New England, and he is very expert in handling the American colloquial speech. All his works frequently reflect that he is very analytical in dealing with social and philosophical themes. He is a recipient of many awards such as Pulitzer Prize and Congressional Gold Medal. Okay, let us enjoy the poem first, then I would analyze line by line. Okay, here the poet has used very sublime subject that how the world will end. Now the poem begins like this. Some say the world will end in fire. Some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. Here, now, the poet here wants to mean that this existing world will come to an end one day. And people are divided on this issue. What type of people? Now, some say the world will end in fire. Some believe that this world will end in fire. Here, fire represents fire and ice. Both have been expressed metaphorically. Fire represents the passion and desire, whereas ice represent hatred and coldness. So fire of passions and desire will lead to the end of the world. But some people think that this world will end in ice. Cold reasoning and hate will lead this world to destruction. However, the poet has experienced passions of love and desire. He supports those who believe that fire of passion and desire will lead to the destruction of this world. Okay? Now, next part, but if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate. But fire can bring the destruction of the existing world. It is okay, but if this existing world has to be destroyed not once but twice, then ice is strong enough to do this job. The poet has seen and experienced enough of hatred in this world. I think I know enough of hate. Poet has experienced this hatred. And cold reasoning, devoid of human feeling, love, sympathy, only produce hate, and this cold reasoning is like ice. Okay, now the summary of the poem. The almost all think that this world will end at one time or the other. It is true that everything that has a beginning or origin will come to an end. There are many ideas about how this world will come to an end. Some think that fire will be the cause of the end of the world. Other believes that ice will bring the end of the world. Both of these ideas have their valid reasons. The poet sides and stands with those who believe that fire will be the cause of the end. The poet is well aware how the fire of unbridled passion, desire, lust, and fury can lead to the destruction of humanity and the world. But the other view is equally convincing. Cold and icy reasoning can create insensitiveness, rigidity, and frigidity, and also indifference in man. Ultimately, it breeds hatred and contempt. This kind of icy reasoning, which is devoid of all human warmth, sympathy, love, and understanding, will only bring destruction and death of this world. Dear students, if we think scientifically, then it is also true. If this world gets so hot due to global warming, it would also burst. The world will come to an end. Similarly, if the world grows extreme cold and freezes, that will also mean the end of the world. Now, let us discuss about the figure of speech used in this poem. Yes, this little lyric is extremely compact, and the rhyme scheme of the poem is such. It says, some say the world will end in fire. Suppose this is A. Some say in ice. This is different. Fire does not rhyme with ice, so it is B. And then then third line, from what I have tasted of desire. Fire and desire is same, so it is again A. And I hold with those who favor fire. It is also rhymes with desire, fire, so it is again A. Okay, next paragraph. But if it had to perish twice, twice and ice, so it is again B. And I think I know enough of the head. It is completely different, so it is C. To say that for destruction, ice again rhymes with ice, so it is B. Is also great and would suffice. Great is also hate, so it is C. And would suffice, it is also B. So the rhyme scheme is AB, AA, BC, BC, B. First figure of speech used here is enjambment. When a clause or a thought goes on to the next line only with line break but without any punctuation, this is called enjambment. So here is the use of enjambment. We can see this line, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction eyes is also great. These three lines, there is no punctuation mark, so this is, and at the end it is full stop. So this is an example of enjambment. Next, personification. What is personification? When an inanimate object has been given the human qualities, has been empowered with human characteristics, is called personification. Here fire and ice has been empowered with the human power of destruction. So here the use of personification, fire and ice. Next, addition. The repetition of the same consonant sound, not necessarily the same letter, in the successive or nearly successive words, this is called alliteration. Here some say, so repetition of the consonant sound S and again S, some say. So here is the use of alliteration. Next, the example of anaphora. What is anaphora? When the same expression or same line has been repeated in the beginning of every stanza or para, it is the example of anaphora. Here the word some say, in the first line it begins with these words. Again in the second line, in the beginning of the second line, the same word has been repeated, some say. So this is an example of anaphora. Okay. So dear students, we see that both scientifically and literally poet has emphasized on the same issue, and he has touched the universal subject of the ending of this existing world. And in this poem he has given both the message and wording to all human beings. I hope that you would be able to answer all the textual and internal questions. Thank you.